right, Abusia Micha na Mesa so mo akwa be me channel so Abusia ha eda so aye be media je chem se be se wa se ene dedika wani twa channel so Abusia be se wa se be subscribe like na wa bo so ahia for person be tin wanya be tin Abusia ne dia ka bi na ko be detail of Love Silence TV credit goes to Love Silence TV Abusia no ba bon taba be di nkomo no wa to bi e dia mane eye honorable Alexander AfenyoMarkins the minority leader. Yes, na Abusia dia na si dia na ba dia na ba ye no ntama ka bi na ko be detail. Just say this time now why hitting hard on a year Alexander AfenyoMarkins just say Kevin Echene Nsimu a His Excellency enya dia odi sika bi achi. Yes, His Excellency eni sika bi achi. E dey nti no say His Excellency eni sika bi achi abusia. Mama yintimra sese ha. E da so aye be media je chebe se wa so be subscribe like na wa bo aso ahia for person bi atie no anya bi atie. Na yete sema Kevin akobade tell abusia ne wa send e dia ko aye NPP headquarters say bi a hete aye top NPP gurus, including another Wakofuado, any a year Alexander AfenyoMarkins, the minority leader. Abusiami telling them as a credit goes to a Love Silence TV.
Yeah, John Mahama Kwed were UN. It wasn't about money. He wasn't asking any European or American or any foreigner to pay any money to Africans. Because no foreigner, no country can satisfy Africa with money. It's a fact. What John Mahama did yesterday, abe history dahoro. It was for people to admit that wodan kuku yeboa wonana kan swamu bi sebi yede omo fa nyome bi a eni se edi nipa fam. So the conversation is not about John Mahama going to the UN and speaking for Africans and forcing the oppressor, the slave master, to admit that waye nyome bi egu bibini hu fi no. It is not about money. And it is not always about, when people speak about issues like these, it is not about money. And sometimes more journalists, more from journalists, it's because John Mahama and Africans, you pesika. No. And when I sit here, when people say, and yeah, you have a credit to make Ekufuado, any other president have spoken about slave trade. But the difference between what John Mahama has done and what those other leaders are omoka slave trade one some UN and say John Dramani Mahama at the end of the day was able to make sure the slave master admitted to their mistake, their crime. That is the difference between what John Mahama did yesterday and what the other president at the end of the day read. Because Ekufuado went to UN to read a script. He did not enforce what was in the script. The other president who spoke on this slave trade issue, they read a script. They did not enforce what was in the script. There's a difference between you going to UN and reading a script. And there's a difference between you doing everything possible to make sure the script you have read, action is taken on. Dear John Mahama, it is a step higher and further from what has happened in the past. So nobody can sit anywhere else and compare Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo recitals at the UN. Compare it to the action John Mahama has taken. Remember, Argentina, in the past, we didn't see Akufo-Addo going to UN to table this as a motion for people to vote on. Because let me tell you something. When it comes to the United Nations, you just don't go there and put something on the table and say, everybody come and vote. It doesn't work like that. Before a country says, I am going to vote for this your motion you have placed on table, and I say at the UN, there's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes. That is where your foreign affairs ministry comes in. They will have to coordinate with these countries, make a case to them that we are all going to the UN. We are going to table this. The reason why we are going to table this, and the reason why it is different from what you have heard in the past, is because what we are about to table, this is what it captures. This is what it stands for. This is what is going to stop. This is what is going to bring. So you need to lobby, make your case behind the scenes before you come to UN and say, I want to table this. And in all these years, you never saw any African leader being bold to come to UN to say, let us vote on this issue. Because you cannot just bring something to UN and say, everybody vote. No, the people who are coming to vote, Obia will interest and Obia will reason to or to Abano. You will have to do what? You will have to convince them. You have to do more than what anyone has done. You have to do something extraordinary for them to say, okay, bring it and let us support what you want us to support. It is not just John Mahama standing there and talking. A lot of work went into this. It means before all these countries, 123 countries, voting for this motion, it means they are taking their time to analyze the person who is bringing this on the table. They will first look at the character behind that issue. Why not decide the way to table so me to swaba? What does he represent? Does he have credibility? His track record? Is he somebody that we can trust? Is this somebody that, or because somewhere he is not going to dilly-dally at the end of the day? Is this somebody who is doing this for himself or doing it for the African continent? So, John Mahama say, we admit to say the slave master has done you people wrong. You know, those people looked at all these things. They just didn't come sit there and say yes, 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 no. They sat down to analyze the person who is behind that document, the person who is bringing that forward. They need to look at the person and say, our credibility, Anna. Is he being a selfish leader? Is he doing this because he wants money? Is he doing this because he wants to underestimate somebody? Is he doing this because he wants to do what? Disgrace somebody? But they look at the person. They look at the track record. I'm going to share John Mahama. Consistently, I'm going to follow the message. Consistently, almost share the political career. Consistently, almost consistent when it comes to his beliefs and ideologies. Consistently, they have seen what he represents. Consistently, almost say, an African who wants the African to be heard. So, majority of the people who voted and said yes, it wasn't about money. It was about the person, the message, and what it represents. So, don't just look at it like that. And the senka obiako UNA, obetwako tebu bibisa, let's vote on it. No. There's a lot of work you do behind the scenes. You need to meet these countries. You need to sell your message. You need to let them understand that this is not just a normal document. This is something that will elevate Africa, will change the minds of people against Africa, will to give some confidence to the young African. So it is not just going to the UN and holding a paper and reading, and their white people will say, yeah, yeah, no. Into Dankwakuya born in the group, these kind of things, it is too big for your mind. You are not there yet. You don't understand these kind of things. You need a very strong collaboration between your country and other foreigners, other countries that are representing their countries on the UN board. Enti mamu hu ne trakeke say I John Mahama ko UN and John Mahama ko UN no the I say wako redeem abrofo ajatum. O you say easy. You think it's a joke that John Mahama just read? Now, I don't know John Mahama Sunipada. Is this the first time they have seen an African leader speak about the reparation and slave trade? They have seen lots and lots of them. Now the Dankweku for call a year or call a year UN African trade once. They saw him like a goat. They saw him like a goat. He was just rattling. He was just accenting himself. He was just trying to tell the white man, I can speak stupid grammar. They saw him as a joke. They didn't respect him because they saw that all that he was doing there was an act. And into that, Nana Dankweku Fuado, when he went to the UN to go and speak about blah, 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 and they saw him as a joker. They all ignored him because Obu who said, it's just for politics. He did not mean it. He did not believe in them. But you see, when John Mahama engaged these countries, 123 countries, he made them understand. He explained to them. It almost was an assessment, They spoke to their leaders. The representatives, no more UN, they spoke to their leaders. Every single person there spoke to their president. They said, Mr. President, the president of Ghana is tabling something here, and it's about slave trade. We are also white people. Some of us were involved in that. Do you want us to agree? Then the president will ask the representative, what is he talking about? Do you believe what he's saying? Have you read it? Have you checked the person? This president, do you know him? What is his track record? They look at these things before they are like, yes, our president said yes. So it should tell you the number of presidents around the world who respect John Dramani Mahama. And then no Jimmy. He was speaking, they were not even listening. Because this guy came with an accent like an English dog. They could not even verify his accent. Nane Kufuado, Kasana Okano, is he a Ghanaian? Is he a British? Is he an American? What kind of accent is he using? They saw him as a fake doll. So they didn't even respect him in the first place because he was pretending. He was not being himself. They did not know whether he was an African or he was a Russian toy or he was an English toy. They did not even believe where he was coming from. So they were not excited to even follow his message. But when John Mahama went there and spoke as an African, behaved as an African, was honest like an African, as an African. They looked at his track record and saw an African in him. They all agreed that this man is telling us the painful truth and that we have committed crimes against him and his people. So let us all admit. So this is a big deal. Dan Kweku Yeboah we asomamo. Sanyoma we mu Peace FM4, OK FM nisa insra montiasie esondodo. You don't understand this. We no ewo asomamo. In terms of this conversation, munjai ma ye margin endu sa level no ochi bini nkwane ade endu sa level no intana mo ntwe ho free sa nkomo we mu mama fam ho meshem. It was not about money, it was not about fame. Inti mama make that statement because say mama obi ntam sika ma African leaders. Now African leaders or Africa can abrofo betwa mo sika ma save Africa problem nyina. They can't. Bonnie Abrofudi Africans, no amount of money can solve that problem, can reverse that crime. It is not about the money. Yes, Ramo, and we just want to understand something, Mr. President. The All African Games, we want to know the investigations, how far, because Dan Kweku Yeboah in the team, almost 15 days, and we are 15 million. So we are asking for Ghana for Mr. President. Mahama orders forensic audit into 13th All African Games. We want to know, Mr. President, how far with the All African Games audit? Dan Kweku Yeboah and his group, they organized that event. We want to know the audit. We want Dan Kweku Yeboah them to come and explain to us how millions of dollars they use the money to organize the All African Games. We want to know. Dan Kweku Yeboah mo nam Ghana, omo die sika, ebi mo ya kromfo. So, Mr. President, this is a reminder. Dan Kweku Yeboah, they are supposed to be in jail by now. They are supposed to be facing trial. So I don't know why the forensic audit has taken long. The Attorney General, the CID office, whoever is in charge of their investigations, we want to get to the bottom of that forensic audit. How far with the All African Games forensic audit investigations? Dan Kweku Yeboah mo peso mu mi busa mo. Dan Kweku Yeboah any group na organizing All African Games they want to know. Person busa say forensic audit da ben na mu bewie. Where is the former sports minister? Me hu na che sa jimi no. That former sports minister Ochuku go for kid. Ono ko ado aka this one chop some. This one chop. Na me tin kan che. Na say press conference obo nyina me hu no ma adedra. I'm asking you, Mr. P, what's that guy's name? We Jimmy too. Baumia boy no. The former sports minister. That guy. I'm asking. That guy. Or when me wuna chapapa. Now say omo press conference grab me huno. The former sports minister. Where is that guy? Where is he? We want to see him. It's been a long time I saw him. Oh chukunkof on your friend they be obodin. Oh yeah, I know he check at you. This one they paid it. I didn't pay it. Oh friend, I know obodin. Where is that guy? The former sports minister. Will risk a rough obeko jail. So this is a reminder, Mr. President, the NDC government, Dan Kweku Yeboah is asking the All African Games forensic audit, we want to know, the 13th All African Games, we want to know, where is Mustafa Yusuf, the former sports minister? Where is that guy? Does he come to parliament? Nowadays, he doesn't talk crowd. Now they be like, why is he quiet? He's going to jail. Now, yeah, bedility. And BBC our parliament. And another history has been made by the NDC government, led by John Dramani Mahama. Now, Ghana edru point to be a Ghana edru point to be a Ghana edru point to be a nobody in Ghana from today can be working in Ghana and acting as if say oko law school a adechin oko heaven. NDC abane she Ghana for bo. John Mahama she Ghana for bo. Say why opese oko law school bia o Ghana no. Sa Ghana law school omo monopolize Ghana a law education no. John Mahama can opposition say omo ba omo betwem. Se sia no law education no. Ye betre exam say the yetro wasi no. Universities, tertiary institutions are yebemo mu nyina accreditation say omo betuma kire law ho no, they will have the right to teach law and to conduct exams on their campuses. Parliament passes legal education reform bill to abolish Ghana School of Law monopoly and decentralize professional legal education. The other two judges say, and there obi beso call law school or to denchira, obi beso call law school or to piawo, obi wo srem, obi wo asantimemu. Ni nyina say also obi aban crying. Na obedress it say kufuado anabedi etuo. Na okọ bebi efe no makola. Ehon kwa na obetu akọ Ghana Law School ho. Na wakonya abodini ediabe law. John Mahama Abino and the Parliament omotwem. And from the day sa embra we be start ye adwuma no. Ye ba be ma some universities be accreditation and the permit. Abino be taking the time. Akọ some schools around the nation ehun facilities no access yomo ehu say so omo that facility edimu or say kire law ho that institution will have the permit to teach law. Now the Emmanuel Fene say imbre bi bedru Ghana law exams ye chon asantimemu no ye becho the same thing e osrem. So obi tena asantimemu 7 o'clock say or tro law exams the same 7 o'clock will be so atena se e osrem. The same 7 o'clock will be at Transi our Western region. The same 7 o'clock in the morning will be at Transi our Eastern region. Omubetro exams need to say the union wasi at the same time. Into obi tina baby and monopolizing can say right now there because this old law no that monopolization what happened and they say nipe bi edge Ghana Law School ni boss. Your former judges, your former lecturers, your politicians, your NppHQ bi omo your say because sikawo munsemunti. Because of more connections in T, because of more cranty, automatically, every year be a Nipa Law School. So see, every Ghanaian, John Mahama said, Ghana ni babia opesa okosia law no ye biem. Schools bebre eba benya the permission to teach law ewo omo various campuses. Na omo wia mo nyina bo betuma tenase. Aye den atra exams abeye lawyers in Ghana. Itane obi antumi nante Ghana. Enfa law ehuna obi enkasa media me call law school ultimi kobi say why you ready so be call law school now I ready so obesua de now I ready so person pass here John Mahama ne NDC aban and them no say our parliament almost say Ghana nyina ye ba bebie law schools bebre sane be ya enyen krankwa schools are be mama accreditation no to teach law or have that law exams or no omu nyina betuma akere law na obi abetumi akoho akosian law abetro apase abeye lawyer eye majority leader eye ayarega ekasa e parliament and dem mienkotie no.
We've made promises and we are delivering on those promises. We promised law students that if they voted for us, we will carry out reforms that will ensure equity, fairness, and access to legal education. We have today successfully passed the bill. We believe that this is the dawn of a new era where all students will be fairly treated. Whichever law school you go to, whichever law faculty you attend, all of us would end at the doors of the National Bar Examination. All of us, whether you went to Lagos, or you went to UDS, or you went to UCC, or you went to Winneba, wherever you went to law school, we will all end at the same place, which is the National Bar Examination. And it is there that lawyers will be determined. This is a promise that the NDC made, and we have kept the promise, and we want all to witness that we have kept the promise.
Straightforward. NDC promised law students, and that promise has been fulfilled. Ye discrimination free ho. Ye that monopolization of law school free ho. And the obia nyobia Ghana. Ye nyina betro law school exams no obia betuma be lawyer. Enye NppHQ bi nko enye politicians fo bi nko enye nipa bi asika kakra wo nsem obi o ha me wa for a lawyer intime me wa for a judge intime wo chance some ko ebi ni ho biem. See, NDC aban ebiem, and I would like to credit the Attorney General and his deputy for working so hard on this bill. They have really worked hard to get this passed. The Attorney General day and night, on the deputy, Srim Sai, and the Attorney General himself, Ayeni, they have worked so hard to put this together to make sure it is airtight to move Ghana forward. So we can never forget Srim Sai and his boss, Ayeni, the Attorney General, the work they have put in the history of the Republic of Ghana. It is under the leadership of Ayeni and Srim Sai as the Attorney Generals, and Omutumi Ejinaye, and the Inkrata and making sure say, and the Ghana, Obiabetuma Law School, anywhere in the country, and write the same exams the same day to become a lawyer. And these are some of the things that in this year refi. We should not underestimate the NppHQ ama Ghana. And this for Shayabo Omodia Bonaso. Now there were NppHQ saying to me, Maso. There are so many people, Omoya police for, Omoya immigration for, Omoya soldier for, they all want to go into law, but they are scared. The reason is Omoniska, Omokoduma Kola, Usika Sa, Onimobia, Onimisa Oko School no try even failino. Majority of Omo and the Omoya lawyers of Ghana, Nina a connection, nobody be a lawyer, because I am Makola, because Omo monopolize it. So Obi Nimobia, Sebio, or powerful, or bet me cry for Obi Miamakimana pass it. Sadia ni chem. There's so many people, professional people, who want to go to law school and who are smart, but because of the monopolization, NppHQ so Ghana, so many dreams were shattered. But John Mahama be unlucky. And so many young Ghanaians can go into law. They can become lawyers. They can defend the people. They can also be bold to say, we are defending good people in this country. And this is what governments do. This is what governments do. And you see, say aban bi ba de bia meka kire mo. Say aban e keka nyoma sienia, it does not take one day. Damage a NPP here Ghana. Now share 1 year with John Mahama ne NDC adwuma o ma ya. I know sometimes I'm mutima with the 2 months in Ghana we refi mo ho. And de bia meka kire mo no. The adwuma John Mahama here in this 1 year 3 months no. Ama mo bebre mutima mo dem rempo afi eja ekufo de mo fam won ba omia. It is because of good governance. Sika mo hweye yawa mo komu ejuma eguye sema Ghana for na debia nipa yem hyehye omo in contractors omo djuma guye importers ni exporters a omo djuma seye. Most of you guys, you have recovered a car beda musu nyina ma and mumu bi masa gina mo na so ntimu refi anytime be am say mema mu refi mo ho because owufo okunfo no NPP ejimifo no they are on the sidelines. Omo pese mu refi mo ho biem no mo saba. No mbe kumu, no mbe riamo, no mbe Akroma ni wi for the ba, no mbe say Ghana. Do not allow that to happen again. Inti ya chichire man. Eyen kada obia benyane de. Kada obia benyane de. That is how it works. Inti abanba na abane wo etimu popapa, na abane wo opepa, na abane ayeso obechichire man na. I also found support bo abane no. And this is what we have seen. We have seen a president, a government that is ready to work. They have fulfilled their promise. Omo share obo, omo di bonuso. Yeah, I mean, idea. Oh, Tokonu. Dismiss in its entirety Tokonu's action before you. Attorney General urges ECOWAS court. Nana Danko Ekufuado, lawyer, Tokonu. AfenyoMarkins girlfriend Tokonu. She is still wanting and she's still chasing. She still does not understand. Say Ghana for you refino. Tokonu, AfenyoMarkins girlfriend. Araba Tokonu, wako ECOWAS court. Also on 10 still. Yenya the Chief Justice for Ghana. We are $10 million. These are the greedy people. Yes, so Muswa and the Attorney General are responding to the court, the ECOWAS court. Or say, Money bibi, mami way. So about Ghana Krano, Sebio. Or cause Zoo Crono inquire Zoom 101 contest is also a judge on to me a judge. Ghana Fokra at this point, nobody is going to allow Tokonu to even sit on any case as a judge or a lawyer. So the court should throw away the nonsense because we have moved on as a nation. Inti Tokonu agenda nyina say ECOWAS court the cracker say Tokonu odibima Tokonu ba Ghana be de obetu han na ECOWAS court no omo dwuma masama wie ECOWAS court na esiwo no asem si Mali na asem si Guinea o to be dili wonsam enkwasi asem tokonu me say opa onko ECOWAS court na ECOWAS court gaze tokonu wudi bim ko oba hwan na oba ne ho abedi judge o Ghana enti say ECOWAS court for no own what they are doing is the more they sit the more they make money and normal they are using tokonu to build their house ECOWAS court for no to one so judge for no the more they sit and listen to judges lawyers defending and going back and forth, the more they are paid. Tokonu has become the new cash cow for the ECOWAS court. Kakrana akano omejini nyine di. Na me nanka me pese ECOWAS court kase Tokonu di bem. Na ma hwese omkoko Tokonu powder se omra Ghana na ometena Ghana Supreme Court or a Chief Justice. Ni hwese Ghana for ya abodam na egu ha. Tokonu, you are wasting your time. ECOWAS court cannot force our constitution. ECOWAS court, they are not bigger than Ghana's constitution. There is nothing you can do. A waste of time. Hey, so almost sign wo, udibekon a womb say you were a chief justice who was sacked because of corruption. That's all. It will not change anything. AfenyoMarkins, your boyfriend, he cannot save you. You got your position and you became arrogant. You became power drunk. You became a politician. You decided to destroy the same nation that gave you an opportunity. A woman. And say me who statement to be na some women in parliament. They were saying say be maybe a contested oba parliamentarian. They will shame the man. And I just want to say this with all due respect to women in Ghana. Nobody is entitled. Make nobody feel they are entitled to be in parliament. We have women on this planet who are seen as equal to men. I don't see women as underdogs when it comes to positions, academics, when it comes to competence. I don't see women as lesser, or I don't see women as weak when it comes to competence, knowledge, competing for positions. And to make no woman in parliament think, say, because of your banty, a man cannot contest her. No. We saw what Tokonu did when she was given the position as the Chief Justice of Ghana. There are very good women around who, when they are given a job to do, they diligently do the job. And we have seen women who are dangerous when they are given position. So no woman should put in their head, say, I am in parliament. Into Sebema contesting me. I was say Ghana nyina ehyebu bema no, then you are not being realistic to yourself. So why say you will lose that seat to a man. What men can do, women can do better. And I don't underestimate any woman's intelligence. Eche oba kwasia. But oba bia waje no atu wo say obebo no homodin, obeye djuma, ohunu wo say oye lesser chen bema no. You should not be intimidated because a man is contesting you. It is about your competence and what you bring to the table, your effectiveness. So no woman should think in Ghana say, so rap parliament ni seat should not be contested because of your bantira. No. We have seen corrupt women in our history. We have seen some. First, Niajin say, Emawa Abadaye, what the 2 more bar, it is safe. Talk on one will say, what the 2 more bar, you have to be cautious. Jane Mensa will say, oh, time to be more bar, you need to be cautious because any man, you know, papa. And Babu are opportunists. So, Oba be a power drunker or a dangerous chamber. So, nobody in Ghana parliament, and Ghana's parliament, no woman politician in Ghana should feel, say, they are entitled. That issue about when I go to parliament, when I become an MP, no man should contest you. We will make a man contest you to prove to you, say, you need to work harder. Because Bema Biedi wa Chama Babia or Ghana. And Obabiedi wa Chama Babia or Ghana. As far as say, why already say, Opese was 7, you need to bring your competence, you need to prove. Nobody is going to be given an easy route because you're bar into contest for parliament. Na yama unko parliament. No, and your man nansa. With all due respect, your mba omudi bradie. Your mba omya corrupt, give to a worry. Your mba omya abusive. Your mba omo very dangerous. So we are not going to see Obia say or Bobby person about politics. The moment we see a woman contesting for a parliamentary seat, we should all fold our arms and say, let her go. No, nobody's going to do that. It is all your banner or Ghana politics or parliamentary. Remember, I love you. I respect you. You have worked hard to get there. Work harder to keep that seat. Because I will not sit here and defend any lazy woman. I will only defend women who are competent and hardworking, like my wife. I will not sit here and be like, you know something, we are banty, or Pesoko Parliament, me NDC, Kevin Taylor also supporting me. I need to look at your work. I need to see how competent you are, how dedicated you are to the work. You need to come in not as an underdog. You need to come in as a competitor. It's more money man kasano. Mamon can be into a man trim. Say politics there, parliament there. So your banner person bar and it's a bema contest too. We will let the men contest you because we want you people to be better. That conversation, I was hearing it, I was watching, I was like, this is funny. Or Barbie or person keep you sit or parliament. You need to work hard. You need to show and prove. Say you are equally better and even much better than any man who contests you. Make nobody think say, or your banty. We will sit back, don't touch her, let her go. Me, those things are not in my books because I don't see women different from men. Moja efam ba mu no eno bi efam ba mu. Abadaya won ba mu no ebia na won ma mu. At the end of the day, Akroma da mu no ebia na da ba mu. Prove to us to say you can deliver. And any woman, especially any NDC woman, any MP, who will prove to me, say, she is ready to work and deliver, I will support you 100%. I will dedicate my platform to campaign for you, to give you the nod, to support you to stay in parliament. But don't think, say, we are NDC niba, we are Obanti, I will say automatically, me campaign now, and I say, me try to push you. Nope, I'm not going to do that. And majority of the young people in Ghana, they are not going to fall for those nonsense because you are Oslausu or Ghana. You are Oslausu edi or Ghana. The arrogance, the disrespect, the insult, the clear abuse of power, the generalization in parliament. We saw what Oslausu did. We saw how Akumsin did. The foolishness and the deliberate stupidity or exhibiting in power. We have seen what Tokonu has done. We saw what Jane Mensah did. We saw a lot of these women, the way they abuse that power. Nobody is going to make it look like women are underdogs in Ghana. In my books, no woman is an underdog. So about to be the Samson, the women are more powerful than men. And make no woman think say we are going to give it to you easily on a silver platter. No, you need to compete for it. And with all due respect to the women in Ghana and women in politics, please work hard. Prove yourself. So far, the NDC government and by among position they have been exceptional. Look at the deputy health minister, Ayensu. Look at the tourism minister. Look at the vice president herself. Look at women like Mahama